Okay, guys, this time of my life when I was about 17 or 18, I was not that stable. I did not have a place of my own. Um, my mother was going through whatever she was going through at the time. So, um, I was moving around from pillar to post, couch hopping, home hopping, whatever you want to call it. And I had already had my daughter. She's probably about a year old around now. And during this time of my life, I did a lot of dumb shit. Partying, running the streets, chasing after guys. And I used to hang out with a group of girls, including my sister, my best friend, her little sister, our third cousin, who was also a friend of ours, and another young lady. So it was always a group of 5 or 6 of us in various degrees. Sometimes a couple of people didn't go out, but it was always just that group. That was the group that we hung with. So we started hanging out at the club, going to this club in our area called the Midnight Lounge. And this club was kind of at an intersection, or it sat right next to the intersection of a major thoroughway in my hometown, Columbia, South Carolina, called Five Points. And well, it should enter all it is. It's 5 different streets coming into one area. So we had two all-black colleges as well in this area, and the club sat and it catered to that area, the college area, college kids, and young adults. They would also have like high school nights, so I think that's where it started from. And then it just got to the point where we just started going to the club anyway. They would let us in. So I think you had to be 18 to get in. So we was getting in anyway. And we didn't need fake IDs. We walked our happy black asses up in the damn club. Just as simple as that. That should be a lesson for you first right now. If you guys have teenage girls who are like not doing what they're supposed to be doing, I'll just say that. It's easy. It's easy to get into stuff that you're not supposed to be doing. You don't need a fake ID. You don't need to pretend you're 21 to get into a club. You can just walk. Most females can just get into. Nowadays, they pretty much card almost everybody, but you can get into a club. It's still easy to get into a club, from what I understand. I see a lot of posts on Facebook and stuff, and I hear a lot of young girls talking about clubbing and stuff. So obviously, it's still easy to get into the club. So we were clubbing. We would go every Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night. No, we weren't in school. We were too damn grown to be in school. And I was trying to go to school, but no, we weren't in school. We were running the damn streets. A bunch of 16, 17, and 18-year-olds. Just a group of us dumbasses not doing what the hell we supposed to be doing in life. But we didn't know no better, y'all. And I say we didn't know no better because this is a generational curse. This thing just falls. It just falls like a damn brick onto the next generation. It's not that we don't know better, but we just don't know better. We are, as a culture, severely behind in ethics. Yes, everybody knows right from wrong. Significantly, if you're born with a good brain, you know right from wrong. But we, as a culture, ethically and morally, y'all, we got hit with that concrete slab so hard and pushed back. We just don't know no better. Something as simple as putting lipstick on your daughter before she's 12 years old. Or allowing your children to listen to the same rap music you listen to. I mean, we're sorely behind. But that's another subject. I'm gonna make a video about that too, because a lot of people look at me like I'm slow because I say I don't want to listen to rap music. Well, I don't want to listen to anybody talking about doing drugs, killing the cops, fucking bitches. I don't want to hear about that. If you're gonna rap about something, give me something new to listen to, something entertaining, because that's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear the negativity. This is all they know. But anyway, I can go off on tyrants too, y'all. So, back to what I was saying. We used to frequent this club that was very easy to get into. It was a hole in the wall called the Midnight Lounge. Um, the dance floor was probably 20 by 20, if that. I doubt it, maybe 10 by 15. So, been going to this club for a while. We used to go out dancing and drinking, and it was BYOB, so we was able to bring our own bottles in there and get toe up. We would be getting high before we got to the club, smoking weed, getting high, mind you. When I say getting high, I'm talking about smoking weed. Okay, that's what we used to do, smoke weed. So we had been going to this club for a while. I don't know how long, y'all. Months, a year. Time per se does not have any relevance in this video. It's just to acknowledge how young and dumb we were. So, there came a point in time in this club where they introduced amateur strip hour or strip shows. And like once a month they would bring in strippers, male and females. Most of the time it was females. But they would bring in strippers from other places. So we were, there for that. We get to see all of that. And, one show, the strippers were hands-on with the audience. The male strippers got hands-on with the audience. And they were asking for volunteers to come into the, on the dance floor to dance with the strippers. So I volunteered, and my sister was right behind me, and the stripper told my sister to come too. Or I don't know, it was either vice versa, I'm not sure. But either way, me and my sister ended up on the dance floor with this stripper, Daddy Longstroke. My sister 2 years younger than me, and I'm 17, so no more than 18. So it goes to show you. Daddy Longstroke was in the club with two minors, sisters. And he had us perform this move where I bent over and my sister was on my back with her legs up in the air. And he would, simulating dry humping and grinding. And then vice versa. My sister was bent over. I was on her back with my legs up in the air. And we were minors, mind you, and they were adult men. And, there was adult men around and adult women as well. And nobody gave a fuck. So that whole see something, say something. Yeah. So, from that night stemmed really, really amateur strip hour, where they were taking volunteers from the crowd to come up and dance topless and do their thing. And, well, I volunteered. I did it. I didn't have the best body. I wasn't the best looking female there. I guess I was just dumb enough to do it. So I did it. Made a few dollars. Was happy about it. So the next time they did it, I did it again. So it became kind of like a regular thing. I had probably did it about 3 or 4 or 5 times by now. And one night I was doing it, and this guy throwing money on me, and I was giving him a lap dance, and he was like, we can finish this, elsewhere. And I can't remember how I reacted to that, y'all. I hope, I kind of have a vague recollection, can't get it right, but uncomfortable but willing, I think is what I felt is what I can remember feeling. Gosh, I can't remember if I even agreed to do anything that night, but I remember that first night, that it being brought up, it being made aware in my world. But I do remember there came a time where I did do it. And I remember the first time I did it, it was all fine and dandy. I went and did it. I made a few $100 from just having sex with some guy. And there used to be this routine that I would have. I would go to the club, and at night when I would get ready to leave, if I was doing anything extra, I would tell my sister, my best friends. They would find out who I was going with, get names, license plates, and I would get prepaid for my services because I felt like the biggest thing I had to worry about was getting robbed. So I would give my money to my sister or my best friend, tell them to hold on to it, or I would tell them to spend a certain amount, get them something to eat, blah, 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 and just hold on to my money. And, I would take care of them when I got home. So it was never like a bunch of money, y'all, but it was definitely a lot of money for my little young, dumb hands. Um, so this went on for a while where we would go hang out at the club. Not going to the club with the intention of me stripping. We were just going to the club. Sometimes they would have amateur strip hours, sometimes not. And sometimes I would volunteer, sometimes not. So another time I did it, and I started doing parties, bachelor parties, just dudes hanging out. Couple of times was for some businessmen, a few times were just for some ghetto boys, dudes from around the way. So I did it, and made my money, come home, go about my business, celebrate what we called it, buy a bunch of weed, buy a few little pieces of outfits, get something to eat. That's what I did, y'all. So there came a time where I did a party. I got asked to do a party. I got asked to come over at the club to do a private party afterwards. And I did, and I went to the dude, and he was like, look, my dudes, I want you to strip for my dudes, and then after that, after you strip and everything, I want to hook up with you. And I was like, okay. So I think we went to this dude's house, or I want to say he stayed in an apartment complex that had a clubhouse that just so happened to have a bedroom in the clubhouse. I'm not sure on that, but it was a nicer apartment community, townhome community in the area, and that's where I was at. And there was 10, maybe 15 guys there, and I was stripping for them and making some money and everything. And I probably danced for them a good hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, on and off. So after that, I collected my money, and took myself to the bathroom, cleaned up a little bit. And the dude who was hosting me, I guess, I said hosting me. The dude that was hosting me told me, where I can go at. So I guess it was his bedroom. It had to be his apartment or somebody's apartment, because I remember clothes being there. But so I went into the bedroom and got undressed, laid in the bed, smoked some weed, and waited. He came in the room. We started having sex. And mind you, everything to this point is expected. I know where I'm at. I know what I'm into. I'm not on no heavy drugs or anything like that. I'm smoking weed. And I probably had a few drinks. So while I'm buzzed and drunk, I'm very aware of what I'm into. At least I thought I did. So, in the middle of me and this one guy having sex, another dude comes into the house. And, excuse me, another dude comes into the bedroom. I got distracted, y'all. I'm sitting at work. So, another guy comes into the room, and he's like, oh, this is where the party at. And I was like, no, ain't no kind of party like that. So, the guy, I'm still having sex, and he walks up, and he was like, hey, can I get in? And he's like, nah, dude, get out. Mind you, the dude who I'm having sex with ain't saying nothing. He just steady whatever he's doing. And so the dude wouldn't leave, and he proceeds to take his penis out his pants and kept. I guess I was on my back because he was picking up my hand and putting it on his penis and trying to get me to masturbate him. And I kept snatching my hand away, like, dude, no, like. He paid, and dude was like, I'll pay you what you want. You know, I got a few bills in my pocket. And I was like, dude, it ain't that kind of party. And so I was like, can you leave? And he wouldn't leave. And, you know, he just kept getting closer and doing things and touching me and grabbing me while this one dude's having sex with me. And I'm like, caught in a crossfire of being here under a paid proposition trying to complete or do what I'm supposed to be doing, and then being antagonized and pushed into another situation that I'm trying to escape from, but yet the two situations are one and the same, and here I am laid already naked on the bed. What do I fucking do? People talk about flight or fight, but very few people talk about that freeze, and I think a lot of people freeze. For different reasons, scared, unsure, physically just can't do anything else. And so, eventually his penis got towards my mouth. And I just remembered, like, trying to say, don't. And wanting to bite down, but scared to because I didn't want to be raped. I didn't want to be raped, y'all. I remember, like, the one guy who was originally having sex with me, he was holding my hands and still having sex with me. The other guy was forcing his penis in my mouth, and he was like, shh, don't worry, it's okay. It's all good. I'm going to take care of you. And I'm like, no, and trying to, you know, like, by now I'm like, I can't even say no, because, and ultimately he got what he wanted. And while he was getting what he wanted, the other guy had finished, the original guy had finished, walked out the room naked, and left the door open. One thing led to another, one person led to another. I don't remember how many guys I had sex with that night. I just remember feeling like if I didn't do what they told me to do, they was going to rape me. And when I meant rape, I thought rape was violence. I thought that they would beat me and hurt me. And I didn't know that rape didn't just mean violence. These men took something from me that I wasn't allowing them to take from me. It doesn't matter that I had just agreed and consented to paid sex. Called me a hoe. Oh, well, I was a hoe. Called me a thought. Oh, well, I was a thought. What I was not was somebody who consented to having all these men touching on me and grabbing on me and inserting their body parts inside of me. And that's not what I wanted. That's not what I was there for. It's not what I asked for. And I said no. I did not want these things to happen. I didn't want to die there. I didn't want to fight for my life there. Yeah. So, it is what it is. I think I caught a cab home. Or I might have walked home. So I'm still here, 42, about to be 43 in less than a month. I feel good about life most days. I'm still strong. I've been broken, beaten, but I came out on top. At least on top of where I was. Sometimes things happen and we put ourselves in positions and we don't know the outcomes or what we think we do know. And unfortunately, because of who I was at that time, I did not know any better. Because of who I was at that time, I was all about the sex. So me getting raped, me being raped, me being taken, or whatever the case may be, it was just another number on my book of people that I had slept with. There's much more, but y'all, I'm gonna finish it there because there's just not much more to say about it. I just need you guys to keep it in mind these videos are leading somewhere. Um, you can almost say this is the ending of everything, but I wanted to start from the ending to give you guys a better outlook. So, I love y'all. Keep in mind you deserve better. Keep in mind you are your brothers and sisters keepers. No matter what they say, no matter what culture says, if you see something, say something. Do something. Next time.